All right, skippers, we are back. Last week I did a bounce back video, players that are going to bounce back in 2024. Unfortunately, this video is regression candidates for 2024. If you like this video, make sure you guys subscribe. And we also do a show on Twitch every single day at 11:15 a.m. Eastern. So tune into that if you like more baseball talk. The first player that I wanted to go into is JP Crawford. JP Crawford last year was a very weird case. JP Crawford pulled 100% of his barrels, and all of them resulted in home runs. Obviously, this is very, very unsustainable. He hit 19 home runs last year and had the same barrel percentage as Luis Arias. Insane. Absolutely insane numbers. So if you look at his expected numbers, his expected slugging was in the bottom 25% in baseball. Hard hit percentage, bottom 21% in baseball. So JP Crawford, although I do think he's a great player, is not going to be that power hitter that he was in 2023. And 19 home runs, in which all of them were pulled fly balls, is just unsustainable. Also, JP Crawford last year was in the bottom, I believe, 20% in fielding. Very not a good DRS. I believe a negative DRS, a negative OAA. So JP Crawford this year is unfortunately going to be my first regression candidate for 2024, and I expect those power numbers to decrease pretty drastically at the end of this season. The second player is a guy I got to see a lot last year. Unfortunately, it's Isaac Paredes. Paredes saw an 11 home run increase last year in 2023 while having drastic decreases in his barrel percentage and hard hit rate. His expected slugging last year was 17%. Average exit velocity was bottom 13%. Hard hit rate was bottom 6%. So Isaac Paredes last year, again, another guy with a very weird year who put up pretty decent power numbers with his Baseball Savant page pretty much just being all in the blue. He also had an average exit velocity of 86.9, 224th ranked in baseball, and eclipsed a slugging percentage. He also had an average exit velocity of 86.9 miles an hour, which ranked 224th in baseball, while eclipsing an expected slugging percentage 124 points below his actual number. Again, some unsustainable stuff here for a guy that hit 31 home runs last year. 31 home runs last year, barrel percentage bottom 26%, sweet spot percentage bottom 28%. A guy that literally would just make a living off of pulling home runs, and every single home run he hit last year as well was pulled, just like JP Crawford. I do think Isaac Paredes is a very good player. Do I think he's a 31 home run player? No, I do not think he's a 31 home run player. I do think this is a guy maybe I'd lean against not drafting or drafting later than he's expected to go in fantasy baseball drafts this season, especially the fact that 31 home run pace last year is very, very unsustainable. It might be. I don't know. Listen, it's Tropicana Field. He might prove me wrong and hit 40 this year. I'm not sure. But all the advanced analytics, all the advanced numbers, all the blue circles on Baseball Savant tell me otherwise. So Isaac Paredes is the second player that I do think will regress in 2024. Next is a player who obviously free agent market proved that they think he is going to regress in 2024. It's Cody Bellinger. Brand new deal with the Cubs. Was a massive part of the Chicago Cubs last year and their success. Obviously, they didn't make the playoffs, but he was the reason why they were in the hunt to make the playoffs. After being a below 200 hitter, this is the craziest stat. After being a below 200 hitter in two strike counts an entire career, Bellinger put up a 272 average with two strikes in 2023. Over 100 hits he had last season were with two strike counts. Very, very unsustainable. Just impressive numbers, to be honest with you. If you could do that again this year, I'll just never talk bad about Cody Bellinger again. But this is something that will obviously regress going into 2024. And another crazy stat is Bellinger only barreled up 26 baseballs last year, 73% in which resulted in home runs. I mean, this is going to be extremely hard, like I mentioned, and many of the projection sites like Zips, all the Fangraph sites, they have him hitting below 20 home runs in 2024. So this is a guy that might be projected to go very high in a lot of fantasy drafts, but I think Cody Bellinger will regress, and it'll be a bad player to waste an early pick on in the top 5, top 7 rounds in a fantasy baseball draft in 2024. And the last player is a guy that I call a great American ballpark merchant. It is TJ Friedl. Friedl was great in 2023. Don't get me wrong. Hit 279, 352 on base percentage, 819 OPS, but these are all career highs in the bigs, while he showed drastic decreases in his barrel percentage, in his hard hit rate. The craziest stats of them all is his expected numbers, obviously. I mean, this is why I think he's going to regress. Friedl had an expected batting average 39 points below his actual batting average. So his expected batting average was 241 or 240 in 2023. He also had an expected slugging 146 points lower than his actual slugging percentage. His expected slugging percentage was 321, which is replacement level bench pieces, AAA to MLB fringe number. A 321 expected slugging percentage is very, very bad. And obviously, me calling him a Great American Ballpark merchant, the stats show it. Friedl had better numbers at home. He had more home runs, higher OPS, higher average, higher on base percentage, literally across the board, higher numbers in every single category at Great American Ballpark while playing less games at Great American Ballpark than he did play on the road. So TJ Friedl this year is a massive guy. I know many sites have him regressing, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree with that. However, he does play at Great American Ballpark half of the time this year, so he might just do this Linsanity run again and just be a good hitter with hit 279 with an 819 OPS again, just based on the fact that he plays at Great American Ballpark. But I will put my money on TJ Friedl regressing in 2024. All right, so there you have it. These are my regression candidates for 2024. I know many of you will probably disagree with me, call me an idiot, whatever. I hope to get old takes exposed because I do like these players. Make sure you guys leave a comment, subscribe, and like I mentioned earlier in this video, we do a show every single day on Twitch, OwnersBox Twitch, at 11:15 a.m. So tune into that for some baseball talk, and we will see you guys next week.